jumping. In fact, it's up 0.5% on the NASDAQ and 0.3 on the S&P. There might be a message. And that message might be that the market is a lot of buyers are coming in because they see a better future. Maybe that's what the market's telling you. Okay. So I would say that if that plays out tomorrow, we get past the first hour, then you probably will see a market that's done this many times in the past after substantial, gut shots like it's had, snap back, because you have a lot of markets testing their monthly open. Some of them are below their monthly open. In fact, the NASDAQ, let me give you this because I think this is the number that you need to watch tomorrow. The NASDAQ, 19970. Write that number down, 19970. If the NASDAQ can get above that number tomorrow, maybe after the first hour, that's probably a sign that you saw the lows and the market's ready to bounce. S&P never got below the monthly open, so you had a little divergence there. You got to keep that in mind. Crude oil has been below the monthly open, and gold stayed above. So those are things, okay? So I think as far as the small caps go, Glenn, I think they're going to be headed back up if this market, pulls itself together. So I want to be open-minded about everything I'm looking at, but it should be a real good week for trading. How's that sound, everybody? Have a real good week for trading. I think you ought to be happy about it. I think it's going to be good. We'll be educating and trading this week, so that's good. So let me get everybody here if they can. Maybe type in where you're signing in from. Hey, Fred. Looks to me like we're going to have a good week. I'm pretty happy about what I'm seeing. Wow, we got people from all over. Hey, Tina. Will, Karen, Delbert. All right, we're rocking and rolling. Let's get going. All right, risk involved in trading. We know about risk. I'm happy to report that we got very small exposure in the market. Okay, very small exposure in the market, and I think that's good. And past performance is not indicative of future results. Now, for folks that don't know, got a lot of new people here. I'm Tom Busby, active trader since the 70s, former member of Chicago Mercantile Exchange. I have 3 books. They're still viable today: Winning the Day Trading Game, The Markets Never Sleep, and Trade to Win. And I work with students for a long time. At DTI, we help you master the markets through education, training, and experience. Okay? I think that's important. In my opinion, I think that July will finish strong. Whether it starts tomorrow or starts middle week, I'm not sure, but I think there's going to be a strong rush in towards the end of the month. I think that, from what I've seen. Everybody understand what I'm talking about there? That's very important, what I just said. I think how we navigate over the next 3 days is a short term, but I think when we get to the final days of July, there'll be a lot of buying that steps in there. That's what I think. Now, my schedule. Tonight, we're here for the planning session. You're welcome to be here. We appreciate it. Tomorrow, old school trading. How many people in old school like the fact I'm doing this every Monday? I need to hear from my old school people. Do you like the fact that I'm trading live every Monday? Okay. I told you I'd do it through July. I'm now going to commit to September and do it in September. Okay. Old school education. I got a bonus class tomorrow at 3. Bonus class tomorrow at 3. And I have a special tomorrow night at 8. Special tomorrow night at 8. Tuesday, I connect the dots at 10:45. Wednesday, I have a flash meeting at 3. 8 o'clock Wednesday on the web. Thursday, I have a flash meeting at 10. And then Friday, we meet again at Friday at 3. I've tried to be in front of you enough to help navigate the week. And I think that will be interesting. As far as tonight goes, let me give you a pivot number if you want to judge all the news out there and how to judge the news. Would you like to have a pivot number tonight for the S&P? Here it is. The pivot number tonight for the S&P is 5564. Write that number down. That's how you're going to judge all the news you hear from the night through tomorrow, 5564. What I mean by that is if you're above that number, I would expect it to go higher. If you're below that number, it should test the lows. Okay? That's your number for tomorrow, 5564. Any questions about that? That's very valuable to have that number. Now, this is a big hit with the students. YouTube.com/@TBuzzTNT. Get joined. We're growing by leaps and bounds now. Word is spreading. Training, proprietary techniques, and the ability to catch an invitation to a flash meeting during the week. I always, at least a couple times, pick out a flash meeting that we do it, okay? It's important. iPhones, I don't know who you are, but yes. Why don't you do me a favor, iPhone, put your name and phone number and email, and I'll give you a call tomorrow, and I'll help get you oriented correctly. I'll do that tomorrow. I'll write it down if you'll put it there. Nobody else will see it. Jonathan, will you write that down where I'll have it? The Weekend Profits Club guy, I'd be glad to do that. George, when I give you a pivot number, that pivot number's throughout the session. Tonight, all day tomorrow, the one I gave you, 5564. It's a guiding star for you to evaluate things happening, okay? There's the bell. Click that, and you'll catch that ticket to a live event. I do it through YouTube from time to time. All right, Tracy, let me write your number down. Oh, Tracy, I do this from time to time. I like talking to people, and we'll get you straight and on the right track. Rochelle, I thought we did. If you want to, put your number and email in there. Jonathan, put her name down. We'll get a hold of her. If you got something to talk about, we'll be glad to call you. Now, we have customer service live. This will solve a lot of your questions, okay? DTItrader.com/help from Monday and Friday from 10 to 1. Monday and Friday from 10 to 1, okay? There's the numbers. They're still very positive. Notice bonds have been weak all year, and they're still weak. Absolutely. Look at that. Market stronger than it can be. News tomorrow, we got existing home sales on Tuesday. Wednesday, we got manufacturer. Pay attention to that manufacturer. I'm curious to look at that. Okay. And then let's do this. Thursday, durable goods, GDP. All right, if you're in a 25-cent trader, Jonathan, remind me Wednesday you get a 25-cent trade on, will you? With GDP coming out on Thursday and PCE on Friday. If you're in there, we'll take a position on Wednesday this week, okay? Got a lot of earnings this week, don't we? Look at those earnings. Wow. I'd be interested in those 3M earnings on Friday, but I'm just looking across the board. CME, Old Coke's coming out. All right. A lot of earnings. Probabilities, neutral, little weak, strong, and weak. That's for the week of July. I do believe starting this week, maybe after we get past first couple of days, you're going to see more buying step in. Okay. That's what I think. We'll see if I'm right on that. Here's the 10 tickers. Let me give you the 10 tickers. The ones that I've got resistance numbers above that, I'd be considering a call option. That's Apple, American Express, Caterpillar, Gold, PAAS, XLE, QQQ, and NVIDIA. To the downside, QQQ breaks 472 and Tesla breaks 234.40. Okay? Gold, GLD's 229.55. Skip. Okay. That's what I looked at this week. Got some both ways. Got the QQQ both ways. Now, the Roadmap software was created in 1996. That's 28 years in excellence in answering that number one question for traders, whether to be long, whether to be short, or whether to be out. Roadmap is a must-have if you're serious about trading. We talk about the roadmap all the time. Designed by a trader, made for traders, and critical for any way I look at the market. Now, the numbers that pay is one of the biggest releases we've had in roadmap history. I use it every day. Each day of the week, certain numbers mean more than other numbers. So if you got numbers that pay for Monday, you need to pay attention to the roadmap software. Certain stocks have a higher chance of success than others. Now, if you're looking at a lot of charts, a lot of numbers like I do, you need some way to manage the data. The roadmap does that. Getting the edge is what we do here at DTI. Rather than take hours, you can take minutes. That's what numbers that pay look like for a Monday. Notice we got the prior week's open in there, the prior week's high, the prior week's low, how much it should move during a day, and of course, the monthly open. Okay? We have all the key numbers and numbers that pay. These decisions at the blink of an eye when you have numbers that pay. And it's sort of like chicken, fish, or steak when you have numbers that pay. Make a call on the ones going up or the ones going down. How many people have the roadmap itself, actual software? Pretty good stuff. I don't trade without it. If you're starting, there's no better way to frame the market using the roadmap software. We have training in it too. Think about some of these big winners we've had in the past, like on gold, 21%. PAAS, Glenn says it keeps getting better year after year. Thank you, Glenn. Now, we have powerful features that we've added in our All-Star Edition. Last week, we maxed out the 50 new customers. Tonight, I'll open it up for 5 new people, okay? That's all we can take, 5 new people. I really don't pay it enough homage with these few slides, but the idea is get it, watch it, and see it work. It's world class, and it will help you navigate ups and downs. That's what a compass chart looks like. We're hoping we're seeing that on some of the stocks that we've identified on the 10 tickers. Whether it's a buy signal or a sell signal, 2 patterns there to get you on the right side of the market. It's easy to do. Or a sell failure or buy failure. Or what if you trade? Or what if you're tracking a trade like Apple? I gave you some numbers tonight, and if they hit, you'll plug it in here, and if they're all green, you'll take an option play. Or the game changer, where you can take that same Apple during the course of a day. Say you missed the morning and there in the afternoon. I wonder if that Apple's still a buy. Plug it into the game changer. It will tell you. Or the predictor. How far is Apple going to go once it breaks out? We have that inside the roadmap also. Really makes it personal. Knowing where support, knowing where resistance is. Or if you run the MTI report, because you're trying to find out, so it's just hypothetically tomorrow, say we come in with a hot market. We're going to need to know the stocks that qualify like that. You don't have time during a trading session, actually during a week, to find those stocks. But with that report, they're teed up for you right there. All these features, we spent a lot of years developing them. No one's ever told me that they got to every feature, but I have every feature inside the roadmap, no matter what kind of trader you want to be. Now, can you find success using this? Just ask real traders. Listen to what some of them say. Let me ask people here in real time about the roadmap. What do you like about it? Bill said it was a game changer, and it is. I always like to look at that picture. Glenn says the roadmap is the Google Maps for trading. Dave says can't trade without it. It's worth a lot of money with all the effort we put. We got so many hundreds of thousands of dollars in this roadmap developing and keeping it developed. Hold your horses. John said he's had it since 2014. Can't stop his day. Numbers that pay is so valuable. Knowing the right numbers will help you. Now, last chance to get in. Get in now with this price, including numbers that pay. Fully equipped and ready to go. $9.97, right there. They're going to raise the price on it, and when they do, you're going to wish that you bought it tonight, because it will lock you in and grandfather you in. Get in. They're headed to 3, so you better be on board if you want it. Adam dropped the link. Let him have the link to get in. Gary said he saw it and got in yesterday. Way to go, Gary. Get the Roadmap 2024 All-Star version with numbers that pay tonight, $9.97. Yes. Will you be invited tomorrow? Buck says they do offer a VIP version. I didn't know that. Okay, there you go. Go to dtitrader.com/roadmap. Or if you got any questions, you can call. Yeah, Nancy, that's a lifetime price, the VIP. The horse race is awesome. What I'm going to do, I want to stop for a second. I made a video about the roadmap. Adam, can you play that video? Do you have it? The one that shows the horse race, the one I made? I want y'all to watch this video. Is it coming? Jonathan, do you know if we're going to run? There it is. Here it is. Listen to this.
Buzz here. I am so happy to show you the following, what I would call one slide. But this slide's going to tell you so much why people always ask me, Tom, how do you get on the right side of the market? How do you know where to go, when to go, and how to go? Well, I'm going to show you how. So pay attention. This is but there's always a high degree of risk involved in trading, and past performance is not indicative of future results. So let's take a look at what I want to talk about today. I created this years ago, and in my opinion, I can't trade without it, and you shouldn't either. Here's an inside look at what I call the DTI's roadmap software. Now, if you look at that chart, it might overwhelm you, but let me take you through it. I call it the horse race. In the old days, we'd plug 5 stocks in there that we thought were the ones to put money into, and we would watch them grow from where they opened over the course of the time period we were trying to trade. And in this one, you see GLD, you see PAAS, you see Berkshire Hathaway, you see QQQ, and the SPY on the left-hand side. But if you look there, there's only one of those, which is Berkshire, that's telling you, hey, I'm a buy. See, all those 4 bars are green, telling you that. Now, what do you do with that? You drop down and look at Berkshire, and you see last trade is 441.18. Notice that if you would have been there right at the time this market had opened, you could have got in at 437. Berkshire's up $4. Is that an attention-getting step or what? Then you plug it over to the chart. It'll tell you exactly where your target is, and that's how you do it. So you can put any ticker in here you want to do. Now, what tickers do I normally keep in here? Well, I like to follow gold. I like to follow silver. I like to follow Berkshire. The QQQ, I trade it every day. The SPY. Now, here is another proprietary technique. I follow the futures market. That's the E-mini, which relates to the SPY. That's the NASDAQ, which relates to the QQQ. The Dow, which relates to the diamond. That's the crude oil, which relates to USO and XLE. And then gold, which relates to GLD. Silver, I like PAAS, I like AGQ, other silver stocks will do. And then, of course, you got ZB, which is interest rates. It tells you, I call that the 7 sisters. ZB relates to a ticker called TLT. So you can do either the futures or you can do the actual stocks, depending on where you want to put your money. You'll notice I also have Caterpillar there. With the change in regime, I think, coming, Caterpillar is going to be an early mover, and it's going to move a lot higher over the course of the next 6 to 9 months. So I'm putting it here on my roadmap, on my dashboard, where I can follow the progress. Keep your eye on Caterpillar. So that's worth being here to see that. Now, IWM had traded this in about 7 to 10 years, but guess what? IWM's having a catch-up move here at the move of the E-mini, the NASDAQ, the Dow, and all those stocks. So IWM's offering some opportunity in the short term. And I've set it up into my look. Now, you'll look at over the other side across the top, you'll see the Seven Sisters laid out for you where you can do the same comparison. And then if you drop down, you look at a chart. This is our compass chart. Notice GLD. What is it telling you? GLD is giving your average range. It's giving you where to get in if it goes up, where to get in if it goes down, the target to if it goes up, where to get out, the target, where to get out if it goes down. The beautiful thing about what we created many years ago is all the key information that you need, and it organizes all the information around what you're trying to do. Doesn't matter if you're a short-term trader, swing trader, or long-term trader. Plug that ticker in here, and it becomes obvious whether you ought to answer that question every trader has to answer. Whether to be long, whether to be short, or whether to be out. That's the beautiful thing about this one slide I'm showing you today. Yes, if you want to know more information about this, all you need to do is go to www.youtube.com/@tbuzztnt, become a member, and you can come. I'm live every Wednesday night to talk about the midweek market. And then, of course, if you're in YouTube, you'll be live streamed in with me. So this is the video that I believe that will set you apart from all those other people. Here's the information. Always ask questions. Do your due diligence. But folks, I've been doing this a long time, and I hope this opens your eyes to how to organize data that you can use. Whatever ticker you want to trade, to know where to enter, know where to exit, and know when to stay out. As I always say, I'll see you on the flip side.
I think that video there has opened more people's eyes to the power of the roadmap. Because let me ask the question. How many of you, let's say that you average being right 50 or 60% of the time. Let's just say you're 50 or 60% right, accurate. How many of you would like to be right 80% of the time? I'm just saying 80%, 4 out of 5 times. How many people would rather put their money at risk knowing your accuracy was going to be better than what it was without the roadmap? You know, you always hear from traders, you got to have the right tools to follow the market, correct? Everybody hears that all the time. Well, folks, this is what I use, and I've been using it for years. And as Glenn said, we keep it updated and moving forward to make it more simple. And that one piece of real estate I showed you can follow the entire market, whether it be long, short, or out. Pretty good stuff. Any other questions? Thank you, Karen. She said the video is excellent and really hits home the price for people to understand the power of the roadmap software. So I'm going to leave it with you. Get joined. We'll get a hold of you if you've got any questions. I know that it's good. Before I leave, let me do this real quick. Before I leave. You download it, keep it on your web. All right. So anybody, Adam or Jonathan, if you're here, copy these names. Anybody that would like, I'll try to get to you this week. I do it right now. Type your name, your email, and phone number in here. Nobody else will see it. And I'll try to get to you this week to talk to you, okay? If you want to call, okay? over the course of the next 5 days. Name, email, and phone number. Type that in there if you'd like to get a call. Maybe I can help, maybe I can't, but we'll make an effort to get a hold of you if you need any clarification about anything we do. Just type it in there. Yeah, I'm going to call you. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The roadmap, you can download it, put it on your laptop, bring it up every time the session's open. August 1st, the futures classes are starting. August 1st. All right, that's all I got, folks. Have a good night. Remember the pivot number I gave you to keep you on the right side of the market. And if you need help with the download, we'll help you with that. Y'all be there tomorrow at 10. See ya. As I always say, I'll see you on the flip side. No, MTI and roadmap's two different things. Roadmap is a suite of tools that I put together, Kenny, over the last 20 plus years. MTI by DTI is a certain algorithm that we wrote that gives you a snapshot for people on the go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See you on the flip.